Hello survivors and welcome to Heavy Storm Shadows. This is a mech roguelike game that we have started playing. I actually have 2 keys free up for grabs for everyone. We haven't really decided how we're going to do that, but you know, we'll talk about it when we are further into the gameplay. So we're going to be playing with Thunderstrike. We've played 1 round. They've got like a chip system which is very similar to Soulstone Survivors rune system, so it works the same way. They've got different things, so each time the mech takes damage, it negates all incoming damage for the next 10 seconds, activates up to 1 time per minute, and it costs 5 chip power. At the moment I've only got gun mastery, which means that we no longer crit. Our crit actually gets turned into damage dealt. So for every 1% crit we have, we get 1% damage. So we're going to try that one out. We've also got advanced systems over here, which gives us like a crit chance, reload speed, crit damage, primary damage, 10% damage to elites and enemies, and so on and so forth. Then we've got defenses, like HP, damage taken, reduction, energy recharge rate. We've got income, auxiliary systems to increase the income of our endgame revenues, rate of airdrops, range of XP pickup, regain HP, XP gain, and so on. So we're probably going to look at auxiliary systems more than anything else, but we've only played 1 round. We're going to be playing on Thunderstrike with the negative particles. Negative particles ricochet among enemies. It ends up with annihilation, dealing massive damage to enemies within range. The damage scales with the primary weapon. We generate 1 negative particle per 2 seconds, generating additional 2 particles when the mecha dodges. So this is like a right click thing. We'll show you. So the left click is your auto attack, right click is this negative particle special attack. This Obliterate has carpet bomb, which we launch carpet bombs that move forward, dealing area damage in 4 waves. The damage of the carpet bomb scales with your primary weapon. So we'll actually play carpet bomb. I want to take a look at what they like. And so far there's 2 mechs. As you can see, we do need to beat the first round with Obliterate or Thunderstrike to unlock the next mech, and then beat it with her to unlock Hermes. And we do have 2 rifles unlocked so far. I did buy the Ricochet rifle because I wanted to see what it was like. So we're going to go straight into it. We haven't really unlocked anything yet, so you can see there's a bunch of difficulties to unlock by doing certain things on the map. There's 3 different maps, and we've got our mecha out there already. So let's see what it's like and see how it is. Again, I have really played. The only thing is, I think this stuff stays here. So welcome to Obliterate 4. I'm Rita. Before fighting, you need to know how to dive. Press spacebar to dodge, hold spacebar to boost. When boosting, mechs will continuously consume energy. When the energy consume energy to enter high speed mode and push enemies for immune collision damage. The primary weapon cannot shoot during dodge or boosting. Then we press right click to launch carpet bomb. The most powerful primary weapon of the machine's body is, the stronger the power of the carpet bombing will be. So that's quite cool. There's a little lag there whenever they do it, so that's a bit weird. But I think it just shows you the different things for the mecha. And then over here we've got our auto fire and auto aim on. I'm actually going to turn auto aim off, but we can keep the auto fire. Actually, we'll turn auto fire off as well for the beginning. Maybe when things get a bit more crazy, we'll turn it back on. But for now, we'll turn it off. And then we've got a ricocheting rifle, and that's going to be pretty cool. So the carpet bomb is this part over here. It says we've got 1 out of 1 ready, so if we wanted to use it we could, but we're going to wait off a little bit before we do use it, and we'll see what happens. So now we got Gatling drones, magnetic storm, shockwave, laser generator, or smart shot. The primary weapon will launch 1 smart shot every 4 rounds. The smart shot changes direction 2 times in flight, dealing damage to enemies they hit. Release shockwave every 2 seconds, dealing damage to nearby enemies. I think we actually go with shockwave. And then Gatling drones are drones that just shoot for us as well. Shockwave laser generator. When the magazine is empty, release 3 laser generators to form a laser barrage, dealing damage to enemies hit by lasers for 2 seconds. That's not bad either. And then Magnetic Storm, the first shot after reloading creates a Magnetic Storm that makes enemies within electrocuted, reducing their movement speed. So maybe go for that afterwards, but I want to try some Shockwave first. There we go, there it goes off already, so that's pretty cool. Maybe it makes it so we don't even need to, you know, attack enemies at all. We could just use the Shockwave right now to kill everything, which is pretty cool. So it really gives me not Death Must Die. It gives me the 20 minutes to dawn vibes, the way that the system works over here. So molecular blade, deploy 2 molecular blades, dealing damage to enemies on an orbit around you. Landmines, 5 timed. Landmines are ejected every 3 seconds. They explode when an enemy passes by, the countdown ends, dealing quite a bit of damage over there. Each dodge leaves behind a magnetic field, which slows the enemies, while in boost mode, ram into enemies in your path to deal damage. And each kill by the primary weapon has 40% chance to create 5 to 8 shrapnel pieces, each dealing damage equal to 50% of the... that could be quite good actually. So we'll grab shrapnel over there. We already got a ricocheting bullet, so now along with the bullet ricocheting there can be shrapnel. And then apparently from some of the upgrades it looks like that shrapnel can ricochet as well as penetrate. So we'll see what that does. It sounds like it could be quite interesting. So hopefully we can get something good going over here. So I was saying that it reminds me very much of 20 Minutes to Dawn, except we have a mecha suit on, which is pretty cool. If we wanted to, we could put like auto aim on, so I don't have to worry about where we're shooting. Double barrel, so primary weapon trajectory +1. We do get another +1 there. And then crit chance of the primary weapon -10%. We do want crit chance, so we're not going to go for that. Power particle, the map keeps tagging nearby enemies during boost mode and launches powerful parking when boost ends. Laser generator, magnetic storm or death ray. I think we're going to actually refresh over here. Burning ammo. Ammo burns the enemy. Burning enemies take damage every 5 seconds. Then it increases burn damage. Chance to burn another enemy. When magazine is enemy, the barrel shoots flames to burn enemies. If enemies already burning, immediately cause 5 times that burning damage. And then exploding ammo. Burning ammo sounds like it could be a really fun way to play. Just to burn enemy. Ooh, yes. That's quite a nice little fire effect that they got there. I know that one or two people that I've already showed this to have said that it very much reminds them of Greedlands. The publisher of this game is actually the same as Artifact Seeker, so it's very up there with Greedlands, although there are different developers and publishers to Greedland. I think because of geographical location, the way that they make the games is very similar. And now we've got wildfire, so for the burning bullets, although the weapon fire rate and reload speed is also actually really good. I think we're actually going to get this one first, just because that's our main shooting apparatus. And then for some reason, even though I was holding down the fire button there, it wasn't actually shooting, so that's a bit painful. I didn't see the reload sign. Oh, we actually keep getting hit. Alright, let's see. Walking Fortress, no. Barge, no. Vibrating Cutter. Release a set of vibrating cutters whenever you empty a magazine. They fly at low speed and damage enemies within range. Up to 50% of your primary damage. Negative razor boost. Let's go with a laser drone. They emit lasers, beams, dealing quite a lot of damage. So that seems like a good idea. There we go. We can see the laser drone now shooting at the enemy. So I think that's a good one to grab. And then I don't know why we're seeing crits there. I think our primary weapon can't crit, but every other weapon can. I don't know. We're supposed to have that core in that makes it so our crits get turned into damage rather. Or crit chance gets turned into damage. Also, is there a way to see our stats? I don't see... It just tells you what you've taken. But I don't see anything that shows you your actual stats while you're playing. so I can never see how much crit chance we have necessarily. Alright, there's a carpet bomb. So we right clicked and we carpet bombed the area. Seemed like a good one to grab. Primary weapon damage, hardened ammo. That looks good. Also homing missile looks like it's really good. When we're reloading, we launch 2 missiles. When the mech remains still, it releases triple shockwaves, each within the effective range, 50% larger than the... Ooh. Okay, we can stand still. I don't mind. Oh, that is cool. Okay, that is cool. There are other things that I've played with before, so I haven't used the shockwaves, so that's really, really cool. But there is something that... There are some really good things here that are making me think of a no movement challenge already, and this is only the second time I'm touching the game. It's just weird how like you see some things and you already think of certain upgrades and things like that. So game has airdrops very similar to that of you know how they worked in Greedlands as well, but a little bit different to what they do. But we're already sitting on a no-moving challenge, I guess, if you want to call it that. Some of the airdrops can be to assist you in getting magnets as well. So if you don't have, you know, if you haven't picked up everything off of the floor, grabbing some of those will be very helpful. So we picked up another freezing field here. Don't actually want a freezing field, so that's a bit unfortunate. Let's see, burning path, no, we're not interested in that. Let's go for homing, no, hardened ammo, we need to deal more damage. I think our primary weapon needs more damage. Now every time under our character, if you see that that green symbol or whatever it is that's there, that is actually a... Oh, we're gonna get some fast drones over here. Ooh, that would actually be really good if we get the double targeting. So every time there is a little bit of a heal that we're getting from that, so it is really nice that we are able to go and grab that every so often. Here is our first boss fight. There is actually a killing field here. That did not work as I thought it would. That's a bit unfortunate. Do need to stand still a bit more, but we do have an elite boss or elite fight here. Oh, is this an elite or is this a boss fight? I don't actually know. Alright, burning damage increased. We are going to grab that. We are dealing burning damage, so that's great. And then we actually got a magnet there when we killed them. When the magazine is empty, the barrel shoots flames to burn enemies. We've nearly got everything over here as well, so we're just going to keep going over here just to help with it. We might go with remote drones afterwards. Shooting while stationary, critical chance of... Ooh, that actually might be really good for us, considering we have that chip that makes it so our primary damage will actually go up by 40% while we're standing still instead of getting crit. So copper bomb will strike behind as well. Yeah, we'll take that. That is pretty cool. And then after beating the elite, we landed up getting that extra bit of XP because we kind of sucked all the XP around us up, which is really cool. And then we need to try and stand still, but as you can see, there are a lot of enemies now that shoot at us, so it does make it a lot harder for us to stand still. But standing still is probably going to be one of our win conditions in some way or form, just because we're going to be able to deal the most with shockwave. So we're going to have to try and figure out a way to stand still a bit more. Maybe getting the orbital rings will help as well. I know there was a buff to them where if you're standing still they spin faster as well. So that could be one way of doing it. But let's go grab some of this XP. Number of laser drones +1. For every 1% increase in weapon damage, laser drones damage gets +2. damage. That's really strong, so we are going to grab this, and then we should get double targeting very soon from them as well. I do wonder if the game has like a limitation to how many upgrades you can specifically get in total, or if you can just get as many as you possibly can fit onto your mech before you die. So that's a very interesting one over there. Pickup range of pearls. Do we want magnetism right now? I think right now we're going to go for the wildfire so that we have a chance of burning everything. So that's going to be much better for us. Of course, burning means that we're going to be dealing more damage to everything. And then I see crit numbers. Again, I'm not sure how we even critting, but for some reason it is there. So it's just really weird. We're not supposed to be critting. Landmines could be pretty good. We could grab the critical chance of shockwave color equals whatever that was supposed to be. Whenever the primary weapon deals a critical strike, the critical chance of the next shockwave will be. So the problem with this is we don't crit, but the next upgrade does become something else. So although our mech can't crit, it doesn't mean that we aren't going to have a decent approach to something. So we're going to carpet bomb in two directions there. That did not go in the direction we wanted it to, so that's a bit unfortunate. Also, I don't know why I had auto aim on. I don't know if I accidentally pushed F sometime, somewhere, somehow. It wasn't supposed to be on, but it was on. Okay, we need shockwave to deal more damage now. Or something better to happen over here. Let's see what's happening. Death ray. When energy is exhausted, release 4 death ray drones. These drones will emit death rays 3 times, dealing damage for each enemy each time. A remote drone is just they shoot cluster bombs. Penetrating shrapnel. The chance of creating shrapnel pieces is increased to 60%. The number of enemies penetrated by shrapnel is the same as the number of enemies penetrated by the primary weapon. I don't think we have any penetration, so we're not going to be penetrating anything, but at least we got even more damage coming off now because of the shrapnel. So whenever we kill something, there's shrapnel happening as well, which is really good. So we got burning, we got shrapnel, we got the shockwave. We got a carpet bomb if things get too close, which they are. I don't think we have enough damage over here. This is looking really bad for us. Alright, come on. There's bullets penetrate one enemy. That's just funny that that happened over there. Burning path, no. Charge shot, primary weapon is not fired. Your next bullet deals more damage. We're going to go with piercing. That just means that our shrapnel shot gets more piercing as well, which is very helpful for us. That's just going to help with clearing all of these enemies out. Well, I mean, that's the plan. Let's hope it actually works. And then I think we need to land up carpet bombing a lot more often. I see that it comes up actually quite quickly, so that could be a really good idea over there. Chain shrapnel, engine upgrade, no. Laser generation, no. There's nothing new here. So attach a shotgun to a primary weapon. Each round, a shotgun deals damage to enemies, 1 second cooldown between shots. That could be pretty good as well, but we're going to go with the chain shrapnel. Definitely can try the double shotgun. It does mean more bullets, of course, that's just how it works. So it could be more overall damage. I also didn't realize that this carpet bomb was available so often. Otherwise I would have been using it so much more often. Okay, now we've got like a mass storm of bullets being barraged above us to kill things. High caliber weapon damage increased, that's pretty good. Each bullet penetrates 2 enemies, so that's also really good. But we're going to get our weapon damage increased because that's going to increase the damage of our shockwave. It's going to increase the... is it the shockwave? I know it increases our other stuff, like the shrapnel's damage will be increased as well now because we deal more damage with our weapon and so on and so forth. So that's a good idea to go and increase that damage. Not a lot of life left, but at least we're in a better spot now. Can we actually afford to stand still now? It looks like we're in a better spot. However, there's still always these things. Alright, here's the next boss fight. We just carpet bombing the boss to see what happens. There we go. And dead. Alright, fantastic. Shotgun, kinetic conversion, primary damage increased when energy tank is full. Weapon damage is increased by 75. Yes. I'm not even taking that. Each wave drops 8 instead of 4 bombs. Yes, that is massive. I will take that. We might want to grab another drone thing over here. We don't need that. I don't think we need max energy. I don't see why. Like, what is the point of having max energy? Gatling drones, they deal a little bit of damage, or we could get remote drones. I think we're going to just grab remote drones for now, just so we got that extra damage. Number of remote drones, increase the range of the cluster bombs. Crit chance of the primary weapon is plus 15. That means we get plus 15 damage. Or we could get the... That's remote drones. See, one more drone is probably a lot more damage than 15% of our primary damage. That's going to be... I wonder if it counts like 15 and 20, or if it just goes from 15 to 20. We're going to go here. It also decreases their reload speed, so I think they're going to be doing a lot more damage. And then our carpet bomb also going out a little bit further than before, because we shoot out more of them now, which is really, really good. For us, at least. Alright, I don't even know how long a run is, because we've never finished one, so I don't know if we're halfway or if we're a third of the way. I think it's probably halfway. I can't see the first level ever being longer than 20 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes. So we'll see each load. There we go, we finally got our double targeting for our laser drones happening over there. Fantastic, that's going to help us a lot with our damage. Oh, that's so good. Yep, now we are in a much better spot. Those laser drones are also critting quite a lot, which is fantastic. So now we can turn on the auto fire and the auto aim and just try and protect ourselves and see what happens. It does become quite like janky if you turn both of them on at the same time. It kind of makes your mech move in weird ways. So definitely using a unique way of doing it, so you can see like the mech just feels funny, especially when you're trying to move. Like it's like, hang on, the mech's trying to move in a different way. So it feels funny, but it works. Shockwave resonates against enemies. The damage they will take plus 50 damage from your shockwaves next time. That's pretty cool. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it's cool. So I don't know if that means that when they resonate that they... Let's see if it shows anything. But the enemies are going to have to get a bit closer to us for that to occur. So it just means they're going to take more damage from our next shockwave. But when it says resonating, I get a completely different like feeling or visual in my head. To me, resonating is kind of like echoes off of the enemies. So it kind of like how the shrapnel works, but without actually dealing damage. So visually, that's what I would think it would look like, but it doesn't look like there is any necessary visual effect that we can see there. Oh, here we go. The damage of shockwave is increased and the release interval is reduced. I'm very happy with that. So now we get even... Oh yes, that is beautiful. So we haven't received the shockwave upgrades in such a long time. Now that we've got that, all the shockwave upgrades will no longer be, showing, because we've finally gone and got all those upgrades, which means that we've got room for more. Right, this is actually going really well. We never took the orbital thing. I don't know, maybe you can't get both of them. I didn't actually read what a fuel cell does, but... Oh, okay. A fuel cell makes it so that... Oh, that's good. Okay, let's get the bullet penetration over here. That's just going to help us with our shrapnel, which we'll get after this. So right now we have max, like, infinite energy. We don't have anything that works off of boosting, so it doesn't really help us, but at least it's good to know that you can get an upgrade that makes it so your energy is infinite, and that if you are, you know, in a certain place or with a certain build and you get that, you're going to be doing infinite amounts of damage. So maybe it's worth going for boost build to see what happens there. Alright, increase the number of remote drones and increase their range. Increase the number of remote drones for every 10% increase in weapon fire rate. The remote drone's fire rate is increased. We could also just get an orbital strike. I haven't actually seen what an orbital strike does. So let's go and grab that and see what it looks like. Oh, it's just a... not as... I really thought it would come out like the shockwave does with the circle first and then land up dealing the damage to the enemies, but that's okay. Weapons primary fire rate can get increased. That's going to help us with the drones when we get that upgrade that says it gets the weapons fire rate as well. So we'll see what happens there. Just carpet bomb in the general direction. There is the auto aim on, but when I right click you can kind of see where your mecha is facing, so that does help with it. We will turn off the auto aim and the auto fire when the boss spawns, just so that we are able to focus all of our attention on the boss itself instead of on all of the enemies around us. Alright, larger magazines to increase our magazine capacity and our weapons fire rate. Yes, that does sound really good as well. We can call one auto strike on the mech's location upon dodging. We aren't dodging, so that's fine. I mean, they mean when we push spacebar, of course. Alright, where is the boss? Oops, that's not fire. Yeah, I think the fact that we have these lasers dealing so much for us. Oh, that was actually really easy. Alright, loaded drones, so now we can get them because of our... What is this? When ammo strikes a burning enemy, critical strike damage is increased and it to deal 50% of the enemies. Oh, we really need to get rid of that critical strike thing. There's so much crit going on over here that it's actually better for us to not have that. Auto reload, the magazine will be reloaded when dodging. Vibrator cutters, orbital cover. Call one orbital on the mech location upon dodging. Let's get the auto reload for now. We're probably going to level up again. 20% per second of critical chance until your next activation when cooldown of carpet bomb. 20%. That is huge. That's massive, but I don't know, is that like, does that mean my actual gun critical strike, or do they just mean the actual carpet bomb now crits? So it's gaining crit every second I don't use it while it's on cooldown. I mean, while it's being, after it's on cooldown. Yeah, it does work that way. So that crits every single time. So I mean, there is no point to getting that crit thing because it doesn't actually help us. Auto aim must be on, auto fire must be on. That's why we weren't killing things. I thought I did turn them both on after we beat the boss. But now you can see we crit a whole whack more with the carpet bomb, which is perfectly fine. I just wish there was a way to find out what was critting and what isn't, and why am I critting when I'm supposed to get damage instead of crit. So it's a bit unfortunate that we are critting. Ooh, a repair kit. Yes, I'm happy to get that laugh. Thank goodness we finally got a repair kit. And this is actually going really well. So When ammo strikes burning, see, the problem is our ammo will never do that. So let's get extra shrapnel and go from there. We will just grab that upgrade even though we don't crit, just because it means that we're going to get it out of the pipeline, and then there'll be new things for us to grab instead of that. Let's see here. Pickup range and XP pearls of XP, sorry. Orbital targets will hit twice. Will hit the target coordinate twice. Let's go and grab that. So it means, you know, lightning strikes twice sort of thing. That's pretty much what it means. Or it is. So the orbital strike will hit the same place twice. Although I don't see it hitting anywhere right now. Is that because they're not close enough to me for it to hit, or what's happening here? Okay, the number of drones is +1, increase the explosion radius. We can call an orbital strike, what's that? Call 5 orbital strikes when energy is depleted. See, so orbital strike is not something I would land up using because it uses energy, which we don't use, and we don't even dodge. But this is only on difficulty 1 with absolutely no other indicators. Like, this is the what the game's like when you first ever play it. I'm sure it is going to get a lot harder, so it will be quite difficult. So now we get the stationary shot, so we should get +40 damage while we're standing stationary. We can maybe see what happens, but I don't know which is my actual weapon's DPS anymore and what's what. So there's just so much going on that we can't tell anymore. But from the way that, you know, that chip is supposed to work, from us standing still, we're supposed to get 40% increased damage, and that means that that will increase the shrapnel damage as well, because that is the damage off of our normal weapon. Airdrop mothership cannon, so that's the one where it shoots all the... yeah, that's cool. Alright, so there's a lot of XP on the floor over here for us to go and collect, so let's go and collect all of that. Drop a carpet bomb on their heads. Again, not really using it as much as we should. 15% crit chance, that's just damage, so we will take it. Actually, we are going to go with the number of remote drones. That's going to be very helpful for us. And then we turn off our... we actually had to dodge there. But we turned off the auto aim just because we are trying to kill this guy. So we're focusing all of our effort on him. And carpet bomb, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Okay, so that was actually the last boss. That was pretty cool. Took 18 minutes to do it. And let's see, view details. Oh, I don't know what that all is. So I'm sitting on 13,000. Look at that. So there must be a endless or something, but a lot of score coming in over there. We've got a lot of chip upgrades and a lot of things to do with that, but that was the round. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this. And then with regards to the giveaway, we'll talk about it down in the pinned comment section, so let's head there if you want to know about getting a free copy of the game. But anyways, always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.